I've just drawn a bit of a conclusion between relationships and work ethic, in that a lot of people give up on relationships when they get challenging because they either refuse to go along with or simply do not understand the fact that it's an oscillating cycle where there are periods of good and periods of bad. And what you cannot control is the fact that this has periods of good and periods of bad. But what you can control is how long those periods are. So you can work to control and make the long periods 90% and then quick dips. You can control that, but you can't control the fact that it's just always going to be oscillatory. There will never be a time where it's always positive. And you probably won't, you'll rarely find a time where it's always negative either. And the same goes for work ethic. You can be really, really kept up in something and obsessed with it and motivated. The reality is that will never get you there forever. It's an oscillating cycle, just like relationships are, in that you might maximize the amount of time you have motivation, but there will be times where you don't. And that's when people decide that they've either lost interest in it or it's no longer their calling, and then they give up before the motivation begins to rise again. And I feel like I've been in one of those troughs, and maybe this is just a video to convince myself to continue going regardless of the fact that I have absolutely no motivation right now, or drive. However, I think that is true. I think that in a short period of time I will regain that, and I will be driven again for a period of time. And my job is to maximize the time that I feel driven, but also learn to maximize my time even when I don't, which is discipline, obviously. But yeah, I think that that's an interesting relationship, quite literally. But I think that people don't understand that most things in life are cycles that go up and down, and learning the fact that the cycles exist rather than trying to fight against them, working with them, is probably a valuable skill that you can learn to have.